Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, got you.
Good. Welcome, everybody, to the podcast. This special edition on this Saturday morning as we're going live to talk to some of the fighters for next week's March the 12th mega show in Las Cruces, New Mexico. We've invited some of the fighters. Some of the fighters couldn't make it because of their training. But then we have a few here that are going to be stellar fights, events, and main events. First of all, I want to thank Daniel Trevino for being on the show. Daniel, good morning.
Morning. I'm excited to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
Good. And then we have Alec McGee, also known as Havoc. Well,
Hey,
good morning, Alec.
good morning. Thanks for having me.
You got it. And then we're going to have in a couple of while, we'll have fighters coming in and out. We'll have DJ Dwayne Bonds will be on the show as well. And then also Amy Salinas. It's a special edition, folks, of the Warriors podcast this Saturday morning. And we never have it on Saturdays, but we're going to have it today because of their training regimens that the fighters have gone through and done a lot of stuff. So leading up to the fights, Alec, I'm going to start with you. How has training camp been so far?
Training's been great. This is one of the best training camps that I've gone through. And that's a huge thank you to my training team, Coach Tommy and Coach Jackie over at Champ Camp Training Facility. They definitely put me through a different type of regimen that I've never been through, I've never experienced before. We're training for 6 to 8 plus rounds, and this round that this match that we're fighting is only a 4-round match. So they're definitely doing their job. They're showing up every day, and they're sacrificing a lot to be there for myself and other fighters. So huge shout out to them. But Champ Camp Training Facility camp is going great.
So you mentioned it's a 4-rounder fight. How many pro fights do you have?
So far, this is going to be number 9. So this is coming up on number 9. This is after a 76 fight amateur career. I'm coming up on number 9 as a pro.
Okay, and your opponent, do you know anything about your opponent?
I don't know much about him. I know he's a 40-plus fight veteran. He's got 40-plus professional fights. He doesn't have the best of record, but they keep bringing him back because the dude can fight. The dude can brawl. The dude can punch. He's got a lot of 40. What's that?
He's a scrapper?
Oh, he's a scrapper, man. I mean, 40 plus pro fights, you start to pick up, some stuff. He could be a dangerous opponent for us, but I think we're doing exactly what we need to do to be able to utilize some of his punches and take him out.
Yeah, I mean, no kidding. I mean, 40 fights. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, he has a 45. You have 7 fights coming into a 4-rounder. And then you mentioned also how have you prepared? You said it was like no other. What do you mean by like no other? And I don't want you to disclose anything. We get it. But what do you mean by like no other?
The big thing that I've done different camps is the last 2 weeks. Bell. So there's a bell, 30 seconds left in the round, 1-minute timer, things like that. I don't bell.
Yeah, so all right. Well, Havoc, we'll get back to you. We want to also welcome Amy Salinas on the show. La Picosita, Amy, live from Las Cruces. How are you this morning? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good, and thank you for taking time out of your training regimen. I know you guys are getting ready for next week's fight, but thank you for being on the show, Amy.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You got it. This next question, Daniel Trevino. Daniel, this is going to be your pro debut coming out of the amateur leagues, making your pro debut. How has training camp been so far for you, Daniel?
Oh, it's been great. It's been wonderful. It's something new for me. We feel really comfortable. I've been training harder. It's a different environment from amateur. I'm just the routine that we were taking with me and my trainer. It's way more advanced than my training camps before. But we feel good, and I feel very excited to fight this next week.
And I know all of you guys, I don't want you to disclose. I don't know if you disclose stuff because of your opponents, but Danny, you said it's more advanced. Is advanced because of your nutrition, because of training levels? What has been advanced about your training camp, making your way to the pro debut scene?
I think we're just taking it more serious, as well as the diet, the weight, the ways we train, the times, and it's just very more advanced. We're taking it more serious.
More serious, and I gotta get more questions for you, but yeah, training camp's been going good. That question goes for Amy. Amy, you're being is it the only female fight on the card? I believe it is. This question goes for Amy. How's training camp been, Amy? Hello, Danny.
You're cutting off. I'm sorry. What was that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. How's your training camp been so far? How's training camp this time? So we'll wait for her. So we have internet problems. That's okay. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Hey, McGee. So this guy has 40 fights, man, and you said you prepared yourself to the max. 1 week leading up to the fight, is there anything going to be done different to face your opponent?
I think the week leading up to the fight is pretty much the same with any opponent, and it's just light work, making sure your weight is there, making sure you're keeping your nutrition up, making sure you're not sacrificing too much, and more importantly, that you're recovering. Recovery is definitely a big aspect in this game, in the pro game, just like working hard is. You want to be able to recover. You want to let your body recover so that when that fight comes, you're ready, you're healthy, you're hydrated, and your mind's right. The last week is a great time to get your mind right.
All right, your mind right. Amy, you're back with us. I'm sorry, I guess internet problems. Amy,
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. How's your training camp been so far?
It's been going really good. A lot better than last time. This time we have good sparring. Our weight is good, and we're a lot more active.
Okay, so you mentioned sparring. How hard is it to get sparring because you're a female fighter and there's not that many female fighters? How hard has that been, or is it a pretty easy task, or do you got to go out of town to get sparring?
It's gotten a little bit easier. Before it was more complicated, but we do go out of town. We've been going to Juarez or El Paso for sparring.
Well, folks, the Amy Salinas fight is a rematch from last year's fight that she faced her already. This happens to be the co-main event, and there's going to be fireworks in this fight. It's going to be a close, good fight. Tell us a little bit about your opponent, Amy. What do you know about her this second time around? I'm pretty sure you know more about her now.
Well, we know she's a tough opponent, but this time we're ready. Last time she came in aggressively, so we're hoping for that again. I'm ready for her this time. A lot more ready for her than I was last time.
Good. You seem confident of your abilities to fight this girl. What is your professional record, Amy? What is your record right now?
3-1.
You're 3-1, and that one loss came with that. The fighter you're gonna face next Saturday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Which is gonna be Indea. Indea, is it Rodriguez?
I think so.
I think so too. I think that they had them with different last names on the fight card. I don't know her last name, but Amy, we wish you the best of luck when you go out there. So let's go back to Daniel. Daniel, are you on a diet regimen?
Yeah, I think we just switched up our diet. I think we're on it's nothing too serious. We moved down to from 147 to I'm fighting at 138. It's nothing big. We're not starving ourselves, but it's definitely it's a diet that we're truly we can perform. It's a diet that we can perform well. I feel strong. I feel good, and it's just a different type of diet that that I've gone through.
Good. Well, and this goes for all of you guys. When you guys are dieting and trying to make weight, it's just like the amateurs, correct? Do you really got to starve yourself? It's a little bit. There's more to it now because of contracts and money. Am I right? And this question goes for McGee.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot more to it. There's a lot more pressure to be able to make weight, but at the same time, speaking for myself, it's a lot easier because the difference between a pro and an amateur pro, you dedicate your life. You're on a different level, so it's a lot easier to be disciplined. You already know yourself. You already know what affects you during training. So by the time you go pro, you should already experience that as an amateur. You should already be familiar with yourself and your body to where making weight should be the easy part, in my opinion. And being a professional making weight, that's complex.
Hello. DJ Bonds, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So how's it going, DJ?
I'm good. Look, check it out. Hey, McGee, this is what you're missing out on right now, bro.
But hey, I'm supposed to be there right now.
What you missing out on right now?
Hey, y'all rounds, man.
About to get work. We're about to get work right now. This is what y'all missing out on right now.
I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
DJ.
Yes, sir.
How's training camp been, DJ?
A little confusing. We've been game planning for certain people that either pull off the card or for one reason or not can't fight. I finally got an opponent, so hopefully this one sticks. I know he's from LA, so we got him a flight already, so he should be coming. Like McGee said, my dude is also a 40+ fighter. Doesn't have the best record, but he does come to fight. He's a little. All I really know is that it's just that, So we're just really gonna have to see what he comes with and adjust. It's all about adjustments once you're in there. I've been fighting for a little while now as a professional, so no matter what they come with, you just gotta still have them plan A, plan B, plan C, all the way to Z if you have to, just because you need to be able to adjust just because you don't know what they're gonna come with, So they might come with, like Amy said, her last fight, they came aggressive. So they may be working on being aggressive, but also be, the other way around and actually being calm. So just keep that in mind, Amy. Just make sure that you have that plan A and plan B to where you're not just banking on them being aggressive. You want to make sure that you know what you're doing if they're not, So just have that plan A and plan B.
And obviously, and sometimes DJ, you've been fighting a lot. You said, you know a lot about your opponent this time, or no?
Nah, not at all. I just barely got an opponent. I think yesterday we got the flight and got the opponent, so I really don't know anything about Buddy, but yeah, he's from LA.
And let me ask you a question there, and this goes to Amy. Amy, it's obviously apparent here in the Sun City, Las Cruces, El Paso, that female boxing's always been to Jennifer Hahn. With all respect to the sweetheart of El Paso and Las Cruces, Amy, you have some big shoes to fill, but you might be the next Jennifer Hahn, the next Picosita. How's that pressure going? And is that something that's pressured and something behind your head all the time?
No, we work hard. Hopefully I can fill those shoes or go above it, but we work hard, so it's not something that weighs down on me.
No. Have you sparred with Jennifer Hahn?
No.
No. Do you talk to Jennifer Hahn?
When we see her around, yeah, but
Okay.
unfortunately not too much. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
I hate to interrupt, but I think Martin's with backstage also.
Yeah, we have internet problems here with him, but I'm gonna try to put him on.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to put him on the show here. Uh,
Oh, there you go.
Alex McGee. So are you military, McGee?
Yeah,
You are.
yes.
Oh, you
All
don't
right.
know.
I know you guys gotta train. Hey, Kukui. So we'll see you next week at the weigh-ins. I'm gonna start to dismiss
Yes,
you
sir.
guys.
Yes, sir.
I know you got to go train. So, Kukui, any last words for your fans for next week's fight?
No, just stay tuned. I think this card is gonna be a great card. Everybody, I pretty much know everybody on. I don't want to say A side, but the A side because we're gonna win. So just good luck to everybody. I'll see y'all at the weigh-in.
I see you.
All right.
All right,
Thank
my
you.
boy. All right.
We'll see you. All right, McGee, are you gonna go train?
Yeah, I'm about to go train right now.
Okay, I know you're gonna do some sparring, so I'm gonna give you that question. So let me ask you a question, McGee. How does when Saturday comes, what do you do on that Saturday morning to prepare you for the fight leading up?
I think I really rely on my family and my pops at that point, and I try to surround myself with them. Unfortunately, being stationed here in El Paso and all my family being back in Reno, I won't be able to do that in person, one-on-one. But I'll definitely jump on the phone call with them. I rely on my pops and my family to kind of get in my head and just remind me and remind myself that I'm a champion, that this is what I prepared for, that this day is just like every other day. All the 76 amateur fights leading up to it, the 8 professional fights leading up to it. This is just another day, and we're going to get in there and do what we have to do and shine just like we always have before.
All right. Good, McGee. And any last words for your fans before you guys? I know you got to go spar.
No, just man, definitely come out, show some support. I'm new to El Paso, so don't be shy after the fights. Come by and say hi. Follow my Instagram. It's havoc_McGee. Reach out, say hi. I definitely want to get more familiar with everyone here in El Paso because I'm from Reno, but El Paso right here, El Paso strong, man. I love the community already.
All right. Well, McGee, we wish you the best. We'll see you at the weigh-ins on Friday. Have a good Saturday, my friend. Thank you. All right, Amy, goes to you now. I know you got to go now. So, Amy, we wish you the best next week. I mean, on your rematch, you're the co-main event. Being a co-main event fighter, is that a pressure for you, or how do you feel?
Not so much pressure. Like I said, we're ready for this fight, and whether I was co-main event, main event, or just fighting on the card like normal, it's still gonna be a great show. Hopefully, the outcome will still be the same.
Well, you seem real focused. How does it feel fighting on your hometown, in your backyard? Is that an advantage too?
Advantage? I don't know about advantage. I do like fighting here. It's great. Obviously, all my family could come. I know a lot more people. But like the first time I fought this last time, it made me a little bit nervous. But now it's better. Like you can hear everybody, you can hear all your fans, and it's a great feeling to fight here.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously again the fan favorite coming in from your hometown and your backyard, and I'm pretty sure there's some pressures. You have family there. This fight has been hyped up to be the co-main event. Females go out there and fight. I like to see female fights. It's very good boxing. Obviously, there's pressures because of the hometown. You seem not to be worried about other big names in the region like Jennifer Hahn. We even heard that Stephanie Hahn might be on the card. The Hahns are famous here. But I hope, Salinas, that you'll go up there into stardom and be the next stardom here for our Sun City, because you're a big role model to these female fighters, correct?
Yeah, I'd hope so. It's not like how do I put it? Like I'm not in competition with them. I just hope to be up there with them as well, like bring up Salinas' name as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, Amy, we will let you go. Have a good Saturday. I'll see you Friday and Saturday at the weigh-ins, and best of luck, champ.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Danny. We're gonna also dismiss you, my friend, but good luck next week, mijo. Any last things for the fans watching? What are they gonna see on Saturday at the fights? What are the fans expected to see? You look like Ryan Garcia, by the way. What do the fans want to see next week? What are you gonna give them?
I'm just gonna give them a new Daniel, a Daniel that they never seen before. Very dedicated Daniel, motivated Daniel. It's gonna be a I'd say it's gonna be 2 rounds max. I know you don't want to get too overconfident, but the way I'm training, the way I feel, it's just this fight revolves around me, and it'll be my night, and I'm gonna show everybody why, and it's gonna be a great night. And after, I'm gonna stuff my face because I worked hard for it, and it's gonna be a great victory.
So you mean by stuffing your face, you're gonna eat?
Yeah, eat everything and celebrate.
Good, man. Celebrate. And I mean, you both deserve it. Do you know anything about your opponent?
I do. I kind of. I think he has a one bare knuckle fight, and one MMA fight. But so he's well experienced in the fight game, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't think he's fought a fighter like me, someone who has power, someone who has speed. So it's just going to be a definitely a test for him.
Okay, well, definitely a test, man. Well, Danny, we'll wish you the best. We'll see you in the weigh-ins. Have a good week, and can your last week in preparation, get all those butterflies out, and good luck to you, son.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, have a good Saturday. We'll see you. Well, folks, there you have it. We've had some internet problems, but we've talked to some fighters, and here's the way the card's looking. I know Martin Sollane is trying to log in. Maybe it's on our side, the technical difficulties, why it's still buffering. But while we're waiting for that, let me just read you some of the cards that I have. The main event will consist of Jorge Tovar, which is going to go against Your Highness Gohard Rezek. That's his name. That'll be the main event at 168. We also have Victor Aranda making his pro debut against Garrett Lopez. So we have some pro debuters, right? Like Danny Trevino. We'll have Victor Aranda from El Paso, Texas. So those will be good. The rematch, Indeya Rodriguez against the Picosita Amy Salinas, the hometown girl, the only female fight that we have on the card on Saturday. That should be good. That should be fun to have. And then, of course, we just talked to Daniel Trevino, which is going against Daniel Arriaga from Dimmitt, Texas. That should be also a good fight, a pro debut for Danny. So that'll be good. And then also we have Ricardo Reyes from Hobbs versus Armando Rodriguez, the scrapper from El Paso, Texas. So that should also be good. And then last but not least, we'll have Martin Solano versus Anthony Jones. And then, of course, on the card, DJ Bonds and Stephanie Hahn as well being on the card. And a big shout out to School of Hardknocks promotion, Mr. Isidro Castillo, for putting this card on next Saturday. Folks, don't forget, next Saturday at the Pan Am Center, Las Cruces, New Mexico, for pro boxing at the Pan Am. All right, pro boxing at the Pan Am. So get ready for that show. It'll be good. And just join us right now was Martin Solano. How are you, sir? So we're trying to get. So while we get him on the show, guys, don't forget it's going to be a stack card next week, being presented by School of Hardknocks Promotions in the Pan Am. $40 general admission tickets and $80 ringside tickets. So that should be good. That should have some fireworks at the Pan Am being presented by the School of Hardknocks. And the weigh-ins will be on Friday. Friday will be the weigh-ins at the Hooters in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Weigh-ins are at 3 p.m. Stop by, have a cold drink, see these fighters, weigh in, and get ready for the fights Saturday at the Pan Am. Join us now is Martin Solano. Martin, can you hear us? If you could unmute your phone or your laptop that you have there, we can get you on. So, folks, we have Martin, and we've interviewed Alec, we've interviewed DJ Bonds. Obviously, those fighters are ready, motivated to go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Martin, how are you? Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us, Martin? Can you hear us, Martin? Well, folks, there you go. There's Martin again. Can you hear us? How you doing, Martin? Folks, as we get Martin on the show here, again, don't forget, next Saturday, School of Hardknocks presents Pro Boxing event at Las Cruces, New Mexico. You can buy the tickets at the door in NMSU, $40 general admission, $80 ringside, and there's also tables. Message Isidro Castillo for the tables, or get with these fighters, DJ Bonds, Havoc McGee, Amy Salinas, Daniel Trevino for tickets. They have tickets. Some of the proceeds or some of the percentage of the tickets go to them, so it also helps them out with their purse. Martin, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Yeah, we're still having technical difficulties with Martin. But, folks, again, and don't forget the co-main event, Indea Smith versus Amy Salinas at 115 pounds contest. Also, Dwayne Bond on the card, Stephanie Hahn. We got Ricardo Reyes versus Armando Rodriguez at 140 pounds contest. And then we have Garrett Lopez versus Victor Aranda. Victor Aranda making his pro debut at 156 pounds. That should be good as well. So we have a lot of pro debuters. We heard of Danny Trevino making his pro debut. We heard about how much he's been training. We've heard of DJ Bonds, the confidence that he has about him coming from, getting a last-minute fighter coming from LA, doesn't know much about him. But all these fighters know that, as long as they train, they're going to be good. We'll also have on the main event, Jorge Tovar, right? El Jaguar coming in for the main event against Rezak at 168 pounds contest. That should be the main event. That should be also have fireworks. And then we also have Martin Solano versus Anthony Joshua at 160 pounds contest. Again, the card has not been listed. We do not know the order, but we have a week to go. I guess after the weigh-ins, we'll find out what the order is of the cards. But, folks, it doesn't matter. Get there at 6 p.m. The doors will open at 6 p.m. at the NMSU Pan Am Center for Fight Night in Las Cruces. And we're excited. El Paso is excited. Juarez is excited. The whole community is excited to see these fighters make their pro debut. And also, we have a rematch clause in the house that weekend. It's going to be our only female fight. It'll be Indea Smith versus Amy Salinas for the rematch. The first fight had fireworks. So this happens to be also promising to be one of the best fights we have that night, and hopefully fight of the night. All of them will be fight of the nights, folks. Again, like I said, we have big fights, big card, eight fight card, I believe, or more. So go out there to the Pan Am Center next Saturday, March the 12th, to see these fighters in action. It should be a great fight night, and tickets are affordable, guys. Very affordable fight. We got $40 general admission. We got $80 ringside. There's still a lot of seats left. So, folks, make it a Saturday night of boxing. Go out there and support your local fighters. And then also, that weekend we have Golden Gloves in El Paso. So fights will be a little bit later. Golden Gloves will be a little bit sooner. So you have a whole fight week. It's fight week in El Paso, Las Cruces, with a pro boxing event being presented by the School of Hardknocks Promotions, Mr. Isidro Castillo. Then sponsored by Hooters, where they're going to have the weigh-ins on Friday, March the 11th at the Hooters right there in Las Cruces at 3 p.m. So go out and support your local fighters, guys, from El Paso, Las Cruces, and then fighters coming in. It should be a great night of boxing, folks. This has been the podcast, Warriors Podcast, and we are apologize for all the technical difficulties that some had, but it should be a great fight night, guys. Next week at the Pan American Center, March 12th, doors open at 5 p.m. First bout should start at 6:30. General admission tickets, $40. Ringside, $80. Folks, make it out to Las Cruces next week, man. If you have nothing to do, go out there and see these fighters compete for pride, honor, and glory as they are getting ready. It'll be a great night of boxing, folks. This has been the podcast. I'm Luis Trevino. We'll see you next week. We'll be going live remote at the weigh-ins next Friday. So, folks, don't forget, next week, pro boxing in Las Cruces. Have a great Saturday, folks.